Imagine a ship's navigator crossing an ocean. Their eyes can only see the waves immediately surrounding the ship, but there's no panic. They don't react to each wave. Instead, they use a map and a compass. They use principles derived from past observations. These principles allow them to identify their position and project their route toward a destination that's currently over the horizon. The navigator can, in quotes, see the future because they understand the principles that govern a successful ocean journey. This is what principles do. They allow you to see beyond the immediate moment. They allow you to navigate toward a destination that's invisible to the eye, but fully evident to the mind. Hey there, it's me, Core, and you're listening to Exercising Self-Control from Fitness to Flourishing. Principles are fundamental primary truths that accurately reflect reality. They're not opinions, preferences, or feelings. They're the laws of reality that remain constant. They're the patterns that repeat. They're the truths that guide you when the immediate moment is confusing. In your exercise practice, your guiding principles might be: consistency beats intensity. Progressive overload drives adaptation. Recovery is part of training. The body adapts to stimulus. These aren't just ideas. They're observations about how reality works. Once you understand them, they become your trusted compass. Without principles, you're like a baby experiencing the world for the first time. To a baby, every object is unique and confusing. A cup is just a cup. A chair is just a chair. There's no pattern. There's no meaning, no understanding of its function. There's no way to predict what will happen next. A baby can't plan or project into the future. They can only react to the immediate moment. This is what happens when you are unaware of or disregard principles in your training. Each workout becomes unique and unprecedented. You don't see the pattern. You can't predict what will happen next. You can only react to how you feel today. You're less successful than you could be. You struggle to build a consistent practice, and you're likely failing to live by your values and don't achieve your long-term goals. Your exercise practice teaches you principles that apply to every context. Let's revisit. Consistency beats intensity. A moderate workout done consistently builds more fitness than an intense workout done sporadically. This principle applies everywhere. Consistent effort in your career beats sporadic heroics. Consistent presence in your relationships beats occasional grand gestures. Consistent alignment with your values beats occasional moral victories. Progressive overload drives adaptation. Challenge drives adaptation. If you want to get stronger, you must gradually increase the challenge. Your skills develop through progressive challenge. Your character develops through progressive moral challenge. Your resilience develops through progressive difficulty and the requisite increase in effort to cope. Recovery is part of training. Rest isn't laziness. Rest is when adaptation happens. Reflection is part of growth. Solitude is part of relationships. Pause is part of progress. The body adapts to stimulus. Your body becomes conditioned by your training. Your mind becomes focused on what you direct your attention toward. Your character becomes what you strive to make habitual. You become what you practice. Your exercise practice isn't separate from your life. It's a laboratory where you learn the principles that govern human flourishing. Then you apply those principles everywhere. Here's why principles matter. They bridge the gap between this moment and the future. Without principles, you can only see 6 inches ahead. You can only react to what's immediately in front of you. You can only make decisions based on how you feel today. With principles, you can see over the horizon. You can understand how today's choices affect tomorrow's reality. You can make decisions based on long-term consequences, not immediate comfort. Principles are the only means of gauging the long-range consequences of your actions. They allow you to evaluate concrete alternatives by their impact on your entire lifespan. When you're tempted to skip a workout, principles tell you, this choice will weaken my consistency. If I skip today, I'm training my mind to accept quitting. That's the opposite of what I want. When you're tempted to compromise your values, principles tell you, this choice will weaken my integrity. My character becomes what I practice. If I compromise today, I'm training myself to be someone who compromises. Principles make the invisible visible. They make the future real in the present moment. They put the long-range consequences front and center. A person of self-esteem sets long-range goals backed by principles. This is what it means to live by principles. You've designed a bridge to the future. You're saying, I understand how reality works. I understand the principles that govern success, growth, and flourishing. And I'm going to align my actions with those principles, even when it's uncomfortable, even when I don't feel like it. This is the opposite of in the heat of the moment thinking. That is, acting on sudden emotion and impulse. Principled action is living effectively, with purpose and integrity. When you face a choice in the moment, for example, should I work out or skip it? Should I compromise or stand firm? Should I choose maintenance or growth? You don't have to figure it out from scratch. You have principles. You have a map and a compass. You ask yourself, what principles apply in these circumstances? What's consistent with my standards for personal excellence? What does my long-term flourishing require? Who am I becoming if I make this choice? And the virtuous choice becomes obvious, not because it feels good, but because it's aligned with your principles. It's aligned with reality. It's aligned with who you are striving to become. We've explored the 4 pillars of how to make better choices. The somehow fallacy showed that evasion is the root of all failure. You must name the means, taking full responsibility for any change you want in your life. Context showed that you can't see the forest for the trees. You must step back and see the whole picture. Range showed that your life is a continuous process. You must see your entire lifespan in a single moment. And today, principles showed that you can navigate toward a destination you can't yet see. You must live by the fundamental truths that describe reality. Together, these 4 pillars transform you from someone who says, somehow, to someone who says, I must. They transform you from a passive reactor to an active cause. They transform you from someone who lives in the spur of the moment to someone who considers an integrated future. Your exercise practice is where you best learn these pillars. Your life is where you apply them. The virtuous choice in the moment is the one that integrates all 4. It asserts your responsibility. It sees the whole picture. It honors your entire lifespan, and it aligns with your principles. And when you make that choice again and again, in the gym and in life, you become someone who lives their highest values, whatever the circumstances. That's it for today. Catch you next time.